In today's episode, we're going to talk about something that I haven't done for a very, very long time. Solo traveling.
You're listening to...
Jom Sembang, Malaysia.
Wait, rewind. When was your last solo traveling?
Very long. Seriously, very long.
Like Taipei time?
No lah, after that. Maybe early 2000s. 2011, 2012.
How do you define solo traveling lah?
Alone
Like,
lah.
No.
Bought the plane alone.
Yeah. I mean, the last time I met you in KK, 2012 or something like that, you flew in alone, you didn't flew in the plane. Eric flew and me pick you up at the airport, you were alone. Is that considering solo traveling?
Alone?
Yeah, alone. Is that considered solo traveling? Because you travel alone, but then you end up meeting your gang there lah. Is that solo
Not
or
really
not
lah.
really? Okay. Don't count. I think solo traveling is something that I'm quite good at lah.
Okay.
Put it that way lah. But since you started the topic, we should listen to your solo traveling experience.
Oh, okay. So mine actually started when I was working with the YWCA. So the first one was when they sent me for training to Geneva.
How old were you?
22?
So when you say you're going alone, what did your family say?
Don't know. I don't remember any issues, problems, or nobody said anything. It's like,
Nobody said anything?
okay, I don't remember anyway.
Okay. That's like, wow.
I mean, it's like, okay, going for a meeting lah. Something like that lah. I believe that was the first one. But I was going for a meeting. So
Okay.
like you said, it's not really solo, but it's going with people that I don't know. That I'm going to arrive there and meet people that I don't know.
Okay.
But after that, because like, hey, I might never come to Geneva ever again in my whole life, ma.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I did was plan an extra few days so that I could travel around.
At the age of 22,
Yeah lor.
when there's not much internet as well.
Got internet lah.
Got lah, but lesser lah. It's not.
That time I got travel
have
agent
TripAdvisor
one.
mah.
But actually no, we didn't use
I
travel
see, don't
agent.
have TripAdvisor ma. So to me, don't have TripAdvisor is considered no internet.
Okay.
Like you couldn't like secure a routine or something
got
without
things like Lonely Planet, you can buy the book or go to the bookshop
okay.
and pick it up. Or
Okay.
I could find on the internet, I could find places to stay already. That one.
Yeah, that means okay lah. Maybe don't have Airbnb lah, but you need to book your own
No,
places
you
lah.
go find backpacker Geneva like that.
Okay.
Then you see what happens. Yeah.
Very adventurous for a 22-year-old.
I was very adventurous at that age.
I'm trying to imagine it.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you say that, maybe you tell your family and friends you're going for meetings, is it? So they're not worried.
Maybe go for training.
Because
But
I think
I did tell them that I've got a few more days after that.
Because I think when I, at the age of 25, when I took my first overseas trip on my own, everyone was a bit like, huh? Because I decided to go Melbourne, and the only person I know in Melbourne is my pen pal who I've never met.
Okay.
So it's like, hey, I'm going over to Melbourne for 55 days.
Okay,
Like-
wait. 55 days a bit long lah.
50, yeah, because I have this theory about traveling. If I got to spend a flight ticket, I'm not going to stay like 3 days and come back, I'm going to make my flight ticket count lah.
Okay.
So I think the visa for travel that time was 90 days or something like that. So I stayed for 55 days.
Oh, okay.
And I remember telling my family very simple, I'm going to Melbourne for 55 days. It will be almost winter but not quite. Where are you staying? I'm staying with my pen pal who I've never met. that. So they were like, huh? Why
With
you-
one pen pal?
Yeah,
for the
just
whole
that
55
one.
days?
No lah. I only told them one pen pal. The rest is like family, friends or something. But I might or
Okay.
might not contact them, the kind of thing.
Oh,
lah.
so that was your base lah. Whether you choose to go anywhere else, stay with anybody else, see anybody else.
Correct.
Ah.
My pen pal was the base lah. So called lah. And I have not met lah. That was the thing that...
But were you already quite close?
Not really.
Pen pal, how long?
Maybe a year. But we're not very close because she's also a special needs.
Okay.
So our interaction is more like I just didn't want to stop the communication even though it wasn't really feeding me.
Oh, okay.
Like I wasn't receiving lah. I find
Right.
I was giving. But because I realized she's an adult, like around my age, and then she's having a bit of a communication challenges. So we continue
She
writing.
didn't know how to say no to you coming to stay with her for 55 days.
No, she was always inviting lah. So I just
Okay.
took it on that
Wow.
kind of thing.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, have no freaking idea what Melbourne, the landscape of it
Ah,
is like. I'm staying don't know where. To me, it's Melbourne or Melbourne. But it's actually like 3 hours drive from Melbourne. It's like, does it
Yes.
even consider?
yeah, that's the
that
funny
kind
thing
of
about
thing.
Melbourne.
But
Everybody
yeah,
stays
I
away from the
remember
city.
having friends who are quite worried.
Okay.
Because they know that I'm not a traveler. As in, basically, my first traveling trip to London was just 2 months before my trip to Melbourne. And the one in London was with 10 writers, and we have 2 chaperones from the government because it was a writing thing.
Okay,
So I wouldn't consider that solo at all. We were taken care of all the time.
Okay.
So that don't count lah. That Melbourne is the first one that is I'm flying there on my own, taking my tickets on my own, go there and figure out things on your own and then come back 55 days later. So a lot of my friends and colleagues just go, wow, so nice of you. Then second thing is like, wow, but you don't know anyone there. Like in their brain, like if you're going to a relative place or a friend that you have actually met, then it was okay lah. So it started to come to a point where they actually asked like, you okay solo travel? I think so. Like I don't have bad experience or any experience to compare it with.
Okay.
Then secondly, the okay lah was like, so I travel alone lah, just bring a friend lah. But nobody can do 55 days lah.
Yeah.
So my reason was like, it's not that I don't bring a friend, but none of my friends could go on 55 days. Or they can go half a trip or something. But it just never dawned in me to invite a friend because I was doing a 55 days. Then the others like, then if anything happened to you, then how? Then in my brain like, then I just call for help lor. Got police nearby, right? In my brain, it was that simple
and
lah.
it's Melbourne lah. It's not like you're going to, I shall not mention countries' names, but you know, some places that might be a bit scarier. And you speak the language. So I think that is the main thing.
So I find that Melbourne was okay for me as a solo traveler lah, because it's an English-speaking country and everything. But then when I went to Bangkok, I cannot lor. I just went like, just from the moment I get to the airport and I'm really reading signs and I'm feeling like a bit lost and then everyone is talking lost. And then I'm like, I was very lost in Bangkok and never went back.
But how long were you there?
3 days. But I wasn't alone. I was with my aunt. Okay. But even then I felt like very out of place because of the language. And then I realized that I might not be able to travel to a country on my own that is of different language.
Yes, that is true.
It's just quite hard. It's nice to have people lah.
True. I suppose different language, it really depends lah. I remember when I went to Hong Kong, again, this is not alone, but everything is in Chinese. Down to the menu and everything. I found it very challenging. And then I remember being very, very confident that I could do Russia. This was with my mom. So not really alone, but I felt like, I've been all over Europe, what? You know?
Can't be that bad, right?
Can't be that bad, right? And then the friends there told me, cannot. Language, there's no Grab and everything. People travel using a different kind of system. So really, really cannot. And I was really glad actually that he came with me. Because even the writing is different. Like, you know, here you see Moscow, right? Then they write Moskva or something. Their letters are different. So you can't even read the signboards. But I remember going to Vienna. Okay, lest you think I'm very rich and like globetrot all over the world, spend money like that. It was actually because I was traveling for work.
Okay.
So because I already traveled there, what I would actually do is add a day before or a day after or both. So on the way back, and
like
those
me
were
lah, make use of the flight.
Correct. And those were the days of travel agents one. Okay. So no matter how, going to those parts of the world, we had to transit. So going to Geneva, there was no direct flight. And all the meetings were in Geneva lah. So there were a lot of follow-up meetings. And so I would ask my travel agent, she was a very nice one. I said, I have to transit, right? Can you always put me in a different transit place so that when I go down and give me at least
half
today
a day.
Arrive, actually tomorrow go out also can.
Okay.
Or morning and then night go out also can. But go out the next morning better lah, because I can get there in time for the meeting and everything. So I would spend a night in a different city or a different town lah, you know. So I remember one very, very clearly was Vienna.
Okay.
And Vienna's people don't speak in English lah. Okay. So those were one of those, like Germany and everything, the signboards all don't know what Strasse.
Okay.
But have to do homework lah, you know. But the cool thing for me lah is you stay alone, you pick accommodation, you live with it. There's nobody else to
answer
why
to.
like that? Why like that? Like,
correct,
why like that? Why you choose like that? My bad lah, I already choose. Too bad lah, you know. And it's within my budget. So if it's a bad experience, then it's my fault.
Then you just go next.
Yeah, you just move on to the next one. Just tiptoe around and, you know, get there. Or you can arrive and like, hey, what shall we do now? Because, you know, it's like kind of unplanned, right? You can afford to do that. I remember arriving there on the 1st of May and I realized, oh, there's a festival. Every 1st of May, there's a free festival, like near the Ferris wheel. There's a big Ferris wheel in Vienna. I forget what it's called now. Actually, I thought I just want to go there and just see this big Ferris wheel thing. Just go to the park. When they got free music and it's like a festival, literally you're going from one station to another. It's like music playing all over the grounds and you just buy your sausage, buy your whatever, however far your money can spend, how long your food can last until I get to the place where I can get free food for my conference, you know?
Yeah,
it's like the one day I can make do with whatever. So that was my take on
But I think
traveling
I had this fear of trying to countries that I cannot understand the language.
Yes, yeah.
But with smartphones now, I think I might be a bit more daring lah.
Oh yeah.
Because
now you can
just put the camera at the thing and it
auto
translate.
Tell you in English. Oh my gosh,
correct.
Yeah. You
so
just
I think that
lah.
changed a lot of things for me lah. Maybe lah, huh? Okay, when we come back from the break, let's talk about why we choose solo traveling.
Okay.
And what are some tips we can give to people who are gonna solo travel for the first time.
Okay. This episode is brought to you by Songs and Stories. What Songs and Stories does is it gives you the true life story of the people. Everyday people with everyday lives and how they got to where they are. So if you want to find out more, check out Songs and Stories on Facebook. We are also on Twitter and YouTube. And
yeah, actually you just Google lah.
yeah. Website songsandstories.com.my. Songs and Stories.
Okay, back from the break. So, actually, right, I fall into solo traveling by default. Because all my friends have jobs that time, nobody freelance like me. So I really took my time that when I go to a place, I always stay longer than necessary.
Okay.
So that became my model lah. So if I do travel with friends, I find that it's I accommodate your trip. But if I solo travel, it's my trip. I do whatever I want.
Okay.
So I think that also comes from the fact that we have different traveling styles or requirements with other people lah.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I'm not much of a planner.
Okay, yes.
Like I don't mind going there and then figure out tomorrow nothing to do. Okay, I'll just sit around lor.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. And a lot of my friends cannot.
Yes.
So one of the reasons I solo travel is so that I can do things the way I want to do in the sense of I don't plan my travels and I have no problem with it. I have flexibility.
Yeah.
In that, and then I also like my space. I think solo traveling comes with the idea lah. If you see, for example, right, if you eat alone in a restaurant, some people cannot, some people can, and those people who can, everyone will say, "Oh yeah, why is she eating alone here?" Then it becomes like a problem, like a problem. I eat alone here, you know. Or like for example, like I always tell my friends, "Hey, I went to watch movie. You went who? I went alone lah."
Right.
Huh? Like in their brain, like why you go watch movie alone? Why you go eat alone? And then I realized actually I go for some events alone so. Because I don't like bringing a friend to an event, not knowing whether they're going to like it or not because I don't even know what's going to happen at the event. So
what kind of event though?
So like maybe I went to Singapore's Writers' Fest alone every year.
Okay, alright.
And I had not bothered just buying my pass, going down there, sitting on my own and just attending and come back out. But a lot of my friends find that weird. Like, why don't you go with a friend so that you can chit-chat about the panel, and then if it's break time, you don't awkwardly hold your cup of coffee around. That's it. I'm quite comfortable. Being awkward, just holding my cup, walking around. Then I realized that, hey, I'm okay with solo traveling because of that. I could eat alone. I could watch movie alone. I could walk into a big giant festival on my own. Like you just did. Yeah, and that is a good sign that I could travel alone lah, and I have no problem with it lah. Yeah.
I think for me, why? The why was literally because I was traveling there alone lah. So I add on. There were times when I could buddy up with a friend who also happened to be there, and that was fun because you can share the cost, or you can have a buddy. I did do that a few times, and I think in that sense, who you buddy up with is important lah. Because, like you say, right, if they are people who very leceh one, then your whole thing spoil lah. But I like what you said, being able to absorb things at your own pace.
I think that's also the very reason why I would recommend solo traveling to people who have not solo traveled.
At least try it once.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go to Bangkok and not understand the language and feel lost. Yeah. Go to somewhere that is more got English one lah. Like for example, Indonesia. Like I love going to Bali, even though I don't like their culture. I don't like the busyness, the buzziness. The moment I land, it's like all these things. Like, wow, so noisy, right?
Yeah.
But I like the fact that I can go and just grab a cab to the quiet corner of the island and just stay there for a while. And it's a bit risky in the sense that, yeah, my mom don't think it's safe lah.
Right. I mean, everywhere also some people will think it's not safe lah. I think being aware of what and how you are traveling. But firstly, I think knowing what you enjoy. And that only comes with trying it out.
Correct.
So I didn't know, for example, that I would like art galleries.
Wow. I don't like art galleries, I tell you first.
Like, I think I don't like museums because it's overload of, it's just too much.
Okay.
But when it's a museum that is dedicated to one thing, like I went to an Upper Thigh Museum.
Okay.
That I really go there and I'm, what's the word? Immersed. Yeah, immersed, with just that world and feeling what it feels like to be a coloured person, which I actually am, but I don't realize what it feels like in a place that seriously discriminates against coloured persons. So in that sense, so now I realize, oh yeah, I don't like general, say National Museum, right?
Okay.
Sorry lah, just too many things. But if I go to a specific topic one, yeah, I probably would enjoy that because, like, you know, I like to go deep into certain thing. Art gallery, right? I thought it's like, I don't really understand paintings. I've only done like in general studies last time in A-levels. There was one project that we did. But I realized that there was one museum art gallery that we went in. I didn't even know it was the second largest in the world.
Okay.
And then I went and you just stand in front of that painting and realize things that, oh my gosh, wow, this thing, 400 years. And I can stand in front of that as long as I want to without having to worry.
If I ever travel with you, I would just say, okay, you can stay all you want. I'm just go outside and stare at the people instead, the people watching.
Yeah. So in that particular case, my mom was with me. My mother doesn't like staring at pictures. So she went, so while I'm staring at it, at the back of my mind, I'm like, tick, 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 tick.
I better get out of here before my mom.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I can only probably do this for another 3 paintings and then I have to go already. But if you're alone, right? Then, I've also was at also by chance free one. That's a nice thing you go alone and, hey, this one free on a Sunday, okay, let's go in. Let's go in as in just me, but talking to yourself.
Yeah. Okay, some tips on solo traveling. So I always tell my friends that this one thing that I always practice is I never tell the people, like whoever I come across during my travels, that I'm traveling alone.
Oh, yes.
Because for me, it's like not very
Don't
safe
divulge too much info, I suppose. Yeah.
So I think some of my friends, surprisingly in their 30s, first time solo traveling, does not think much about this lah.
Oh.
They will go around, it's like someone asks you, so where are you staying? Oh, that hotel lor. And then they were like, oh, do you know down there got this street very nice to eat one, this phrase. Then they say, okay, let's go together. Like, so there was a little bit, to her she was thinking like a shared experience, then got friend because you cannot be alone one for solo travel. But then if that person end up to be stalking her, then it's quite dangerous lah.
Yes.
So I always never quite tell that. Even though I always feel like I appear alone.
Yeah.
Because I'm quite independent, I just do my own things and everything. It's
you
very
can say my husband is in the hotel or something.
Yeah, but if someone do ask, then it will end up like that lah.
Oh.
Yeah, if someone does ask lah.
Yeah.
So never tell people you're traveling alone or where you stay lah.
Okay.
I think but you have nosy people who always ask one lah.
No, nobody asked me one.
You first time in this town, so where you stay? Like where you staying? Like maybe a restaurant for Lala or something like that.
Really? Nobody asked me anything.
Because you don't travel alone ma.
No, last time I used to travel
when
alone.
I travel alone, they always ask one. It's like they're curious as what is one person doing, eating alone or whatever like that. And then they will ask. Then I will just say, oh, around lah, with a friend lah. Padahal no friend lah. Sorry, a lot of white lies coming out.
Okay, in relation to that, I think the other one is don't be afraid to ask.
That would be a big problem.
I know Gina don't like to ask. But I found like when I was at the backpackers, the lobby, the reception, is a great place to find out where I should eat around here, what's good, what's like, just ask lah, laundry how, stuff like that.
Okay, I will just travel you for that sake. So that you can be the asker.
Okay, one more from what you said. I think for me is be aware, be vigilant about what is going around you. So, for example, there was this place that I went to, which is quite known to be dangerous lah. And usually I'm like, it's okay one lah, I'll be fine, But I was walking, and then suddenly I just felt like somebody was tailing me, right? And no matter how you think you are not
Target.
racist.
Oh, okay.
I think we are programmed to fear certain type of people who look a certain way.
Okay.
And this person who happened to be stalking, I thought was stalking me, fit that
Profile.
And then I thought, no lah, don't be what lah. This is their country, what? They all look like that one. Then, but after I walk across the road, how come he also crossed the road, right? So then I said, then I saw a cop because when I arrived, the taxi driver did say, you see all those guys with the yellow vest. If at any point you feel unsafe, just walk up to them. So I did that. I walked up to them and say, hey, I'm not sure whether I'm being followed, but yeah, I thought I'll just come up to you. Then he walked me back to the hotel. So just be vigilant lah.
Okay. My other tip to my friend is always keep all your essentials in your backpack.
Okay.
Because you might lose your luggage.
Ah.
So like they all say like, oh, I don't need all this until I arrive, right? But I'm always packing as if, what if I don't get my luggage when I reach there?
So essentials means?
I always have actually my toothbrush, my comb are all in my backpack.
Well, I have my comb everywhere.
Yeah, then to me toothbrush and then I always have a change of clothes actually.
Underwear?
Not so much until the t-shirts
Okay.
Yeah, at least a t-shirt.
Oh, that's something I don't do.
I always have at least one clean t-shirt in my
Interesting.
bag.
Ah.
Yeah, and all my charger stuff.
Okay.
And the cables you would think that I won't need it until I reach the hotel to use the cable, right? Yeah, all my cables are with me, not in the bag. So I think packing those are quite essential. So when I pack, right, I'm very certain that what I put in my luggage that I'm going to check in is something that I can do without.
Yes.
So there was a season in my life, I packed clothes that I don't mind losing.
Okay.
Because you want to travel, then you want to get new clothes, then take new photos or whatever is it, right? Then I'll be the one who putting on my old clothes. Then all the photo looks a bit faded on the clothes. And then because I just don't want to lose my favorite pair of jeans or whatever is it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is what I've put.
You don't put your photo-friendly photos
Yeah.
inside.
But I think keeping essentials with us is quite important. Or just in case you lose your...
That's good.
Yeah lah. Unless you can afford to buy it in that country lah. If you're in London, then you might not want... You might stare at the toothpaste and go, £3,
Yeah. I think in relation to that, keep your passport on your body.
Yeah.
Like if you have a bag or a fanny pack or whatever, put it inside. Like if you need to use the phone, like there was once I had to use a payphone and I put my passport pack on top of the payphone and then I walked away. Very, very high chance of like that you forget. So if you have a backpack, always just put it in the front of your backpack. It's at least on your body, you walk away, right? You can't leave it behind.
Especially backpack now has that zip that is behind your back one.
But
that's facing you one lah. So yeah, passport is one thing. Do you keep your passport in the hotel safe or not?
I have kept it in the hotel safe before, yes.
Yeah, I'm one person who don't.
Okay.
I will just put it in a plastic bag and carry it everywhere I go. And my mom get frustrated with it. So why don't you just leave it in the hotel? They say, why if someone break in and do something and then you don't even know the hotel staff photocopy my IC? Like,
but it's in the safe one.
So I don't know. So I have no trust in people.
Okay.
So I just bring it with me. And the last one I would actually say would be money.
Okay.
I always have stash of money here and there. Just in case I lose
something.
I lose my purse, I still got money. Or if someone robbed me, I still got money here. So I always have folded cash a bit here and there while I travel for, just in case I get robbed or something. Like I don't have to all my money is in the bag, it's gone. Or all my money is in my purse, it's gone.
Right.
So there's always like one in my purse, one in the bag in the hotel, one in folded somewhere in some pocket or something like that.
Okay, wait, money. One more, last one. This one all from experience, okay? Be confident and don't be easily swayed by what a passing stranger might tell you.
Oh, that would not happen to me because I don't talk to passing strangers.
No. So example this story we were taking out money from the ATM. So there was a friend that I met and we were traveling together. We already took out the money already, took out the ATM card ready, everything's keep ready. Then comes one passerby and says, oh, you need to put it back in to press something and to make sure that you close the
deal.
Transaction.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you press close, otherwise somebody else might still be able to take money. And so he was like so well-intentioned and so well-spoken and everything. But I look at my friend and she looked at me and it's like, no such thing, what? I already took the card, I take home already. There's no way anybody can take any more money. So be confident, don't be like easily swayed and frazzled, especially if you're alone. So yeah.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, I think solo traveling comes with its ups and downs, but I would say that at least once in a lifetime, everyone should try solo traveling
Agree.
to either eat, pray, love yourself, discover yourself, because you realize that there's a lot of things you learn about yourself when you travel on your own.
Yeah.
Instead
for
of
sure.
staying at home alone, it's different because you have everything within your fingertip,
Yeah.
the comfort, right?
Yeah.
But when you travel, there is that need to depend on the world or depend on other things, and then it reflects or show your own personality lah.
Yep. So go out there, explore sikit. Jom Sembang Malaysia is hosted by two Malaysians who are passionate about Malaysian stuff.
Stay tuned every week for a brand new Sembang session with Cerita Suito and Gina Yap Layung.
Today's episode is recorded at Studio 2105.
Remember to click like and subscribe for the brand new episode next week.